What's up, people? We are back with more of Danganronpa 2 Deadly Life of Chapter 3. In this video, we're hopefully, depending on how long it's going to take, conclude the investigation for this class trial, because holy shit. After we concluded everything at the music venue, I believe, and then there are at least 3 more places to look, one of which is the movie theater, the other is the hotel, and then the hospital. So yeah, considering everybody else watched the movie that Monokuma, I'm not sure if he made it, but he definitely, like, you know, he encouraged us to watch us at the very beginning of this chapter, and we just flat out said no. We even bought a sticker for, like, I don't freaking know how many $1 million it was, but a lot, to not watch the movie. But now we still have to end up watching it anyway, so yeah, kind of a waste of a hypothetical
Hello
$1 million.
there.
$100 of millions, I don't even know how much it was, but definitely the amount of money that I'll never see in my entire life. Well, hello there, Hajime. I knew you'd come here. That means you noticed it too, right? The case this time is an imitation case, in which the killer used that movie as their theme. I wouldn't know. I haven't watched the movie yet.
I see.
Then you really should watch this movie first.
Hey!
Manager! A customer's here!
Did you call me?
Yes!
What?
Ah! Hajime is the customer! Do you have a problem with that?
What are you gonna do?
And you said you didn't want to watch it! But I knew you wanted to see it all along! If that's what Tsundere Hajime looks like, then you're really a tough guy. You were so devoted to being a tsundere, you even brought the Monokuma sticker for $1.5 million. 1.5 million, yep.
Huh?
Not the wisest purchase of my life, in hindsight. You paid $1.5 million for a sticker? It's nothing.
Listen up!
In exchange for not watching this movie, Hajime paid $1.5 million for a Monokuma sticker. Come on! Since we're talking about it anyway, why don't you show it to Nagito? Stop it! Yeah, I can't let anyone else see the sticker, okay? Because otherwise it's not in mint condition anymore, and then it won't be worth as much anymore. It's probably worth like $5, but you know, I don't want to decrease the worth of it any further. But my resistance was in vain, and Monokuma reached into my pocket and took the sticker. Ta-da! See? It's this one! I'm sorry I was born stupid.
That's...
You bought this for $1.5 million? And to not watch the movie? That's an important part too. But in the end, he's still gonna watch the movie. Who cares about that anymore? Just hurry up and give me an invitation ticket.
Here!
Okay, here you go. The Wizard of Monomi, 2.5D. How am I even gonna watch that? Do I get 2.5D glasses? It already says so on the invitation ticket, but it's only effective today at this time. By the way, I can only give away 1 ticket per person. You only have 1 chance to watch it for free. I've already stamped today's date on the ticket, so you won't be able to cheat. Don't worry, I only plan to watch it once.
Look forward to it, okay?
You now prepare the projection reel. Please wait a bit, okay?
Hey.
Hajime, about that invitation ticket, I strongly recommend you to keep that safe. It's definitely, like, it's an important part, right? It actually shows kind of at which day as well as at what time you watch the movie. So that is probably going to be useful information during the class trial. Considering a lot of people, I almost wanted to say everyone, but we don't know of everyone, but a lot of people watch the movie themselves as well. So it's good to have that at least as proof, you know, like, yeah, alright, I watched the movie at this time. And considering we're only allowed to watch it once, and I feel like people, because we are the first person that kind of saw Ibuki hanging there, right, before the morning announcement. And it's not entirely unrealistic that people might suspect us, but considering this is an imitation murder, and we watched the movie with this proof, the ticket is now our proof, right? The fact that we watched the movie after the murders happened. So how could we pull off an imitation murder if we didn't even see the movie that the murderer is trying to imitate, you know? So this is basically our alibi, like, yeah, I didn't even watch the movie before the murder, so how could I imitate it possibly? So this is basically our alibi, our proof that we didn't kill them, even if people would suspect us. Huh? Why? No reason. Just think of it as a protective charm. Movies, invitation tickets, definitely. I guess I should just wait until Monokuma finishes his preparations.
Impossible!
Hajime, I can't believe you bought that thing. And you paid $1.5 million for it too. But even you said you should have just settled it with money to get out of seeing that movie. You're right, but that means I would have had to buy that thing, you know? Just leave me alone. Yeah, okay. The reason that I bought it was just to give it to someone else. Oh yeah, this badass video game poster. I'm definitely gonna buy it, indeed. When I get off here, safe and sound, it's probably not gonna happen. I will buy that video game. Hold on! I'm still in the middle of preparing! Don't rush! Don't rush!
Are you sure?
Hasty boys get hated, you know? They might even get hated by boy bears too, you know? You can hate me all you want. So what? Outside, what do we actually do?
I don't believe it!
I was trying to leave. You came all this way not to watch it? Your tsundere knows no limits.
Phew!
It's just like me to make Hajime so prickly. I might be hiding a past where I was once known as a prima donna of the mascot world. You definitely were not called that.
Hey! Hey!
It's about time you showed your dear side, you know? Or did it? Come on! Liven yourself up a little.
So...
Wait for a bit, okay? How long do I have to freaking wait? I thought while waiting I could go outside and, you know, check out some of the other stuff and then come back here. But I guess not. Do we just interact with everything again? It's a food shop, yeah, popcorn, sandwiches, everything. I don't think this pertains to the incident at all. Oh, we needed the good score, of course, we needed to check that out. How could I forget about it, considering that was where the hemp bag was at? That reminds me, that item should be on top of the counter. It's not anymore. This one looks like a tote bag made of hemp cloth, with a decal of Monomi's face on it. Yep, it's the one that Ibuki had on her head. If the tote bag is gone, that means...
What's this?
Whoa there! Were you interested in buying that tote bag?
Too bad!
Well, that's just too bad! It's already sold out! Ah, so Monokuma knows who bought it from... Ah, obviously he knows. So someone bought it from Monokuma. Who'd you sell it to?
You're so stupid!
Stupid! There's no way I'd fall for that! There's no way I'd say something that reveal who the killer is! So the killer bought it.
Shocking!
Ah! I remember you said there was only one because it's a limited item, right? It's not limited to one. It's more like it's limited to one person. What's the difference?
Hey,
When you buy one bag, you get another one free. It's a common practice to bait customers with bonus prizes. For some reason, hearing you say that pisses me off. Huh. So he says when you buy, is it buy one get one free? That's what he made it sound like, right? You buy one hemp bag and you get another one free.
well now.
Now then, I should forget that I carelessly made a slip of the tongue.
Now then.
Looks like the preparations are complete. So please enter the theater right away.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Oh, this is exciting! Exciting! I cannot wait either. I guess. Dang, this is Arsenio Hall or something.
I apologize for keeping you waiting. World-famous director Monokuma presents a stunning masterpiece that reduced the American audience to tears. The Wizard of Monomi 2.5D will be screening shortly.
From the title alone, I have a bad feeling about this. 2.5D? That sounds so half-assed.
Now then, please relax and enjoy the film.
I will try. The Wizard of Monomi. The fuck is this?
Monokuma was born in a remote village full of old people because the death rates outpaced the birth rates. One day, Monokuma was swept up by a tornado created by a helicopter gunship during a routine military exercise, and was whisked away to Monomi's country. Monokuma wanted to return to his homeland so he could go back to pestering the old people for change. So he began his journey to see the wizard Monomi, who was rumored to grant any wish one desires. Along the way, he met a very loyal group of friends. Monokuma met a Monomi scarecrow who was missing a brain. When he recommended that she commit suicide,
Uh-oh.
the Monomi scarecrow hanged herself and died.
Uh-oh.
He also met a Monomi lion who was missing her courage, so he pumped her full of arrows.
Monomi lion. Full of arrows?
He also met a Monomi tin man who was missing a heart, so Monokuma sliced her into lumps of iron.
Huh.
After a lot of other stuff happened, Monokuma finally reached the wizard Monomi, the great and powerful. Eventually, one thing led to another, and he started beating the crap out of Monomi.
What? As usual? I guess nothing changes there, even in his
And
own
in
movie.
the end, he somehow usurped the kingdom from her.
Somehow.
With this, Monokuma enslaved the old people, took their pensions, and lived the rest of his days in luxury. And
What
he
the
lived
actual
happily
fuck?
ever after. The end.
You're joking me, right? What the fuck is that shit?
Phew!
I'm surprised I didn't halfway fall asleep throughout that movie, or just passed out, or died of a heart attack or something. That would have been more exciting than that movie. God damn it.
Man! Movies are the best! That drama was so moving that I needed 2 boxes of tissues. One for each head.
What? Okay.
So, now then, let's meet again at the class trial. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I'm too disgusted to even let out a sigh right now. That's all I can say to describe this situation. What is the movie with the Tin Man? I actually never watched that, but I've heard of it. Like, I know of its existence, but I don't know exactly. It's definitely like a reference to some sort of fairy tale movie, right? But I never watched that myself. I don't know. I hadn't had much of a childhood. I know. I lived inside a basement, locked in a cage. So, yeah, no movies for me there. How was it? Actually, I don't even have to ask. I totally expected your reaction. That was honestly the worst movie I've ever seen. IMDb rates it -31 out of 10. Is it even okay to call that a movie?
Well,
But thanks to that movie, You know now, right? Yeah. So the first one, the brainless scarecrow, is apparently Monomi, right? That's Monomi. And then the lion that lost its courage. That seems to be Akane, but because Akane was like really... Because it really seems like the way that those three characters were that appeared in the movie were fairly similar to the people that were actually sick because of the despair disease, right? And that's probably done intentionally by Monokuma, because the first one, when it just... Ibuki was very gullible because of the despair disease, right? So that's probably why the killer somehow managed to convince her to just go hang herself. And that's kind of what happened exactly in the movie as well. And in the second one, the line, that seemed to be Akane, because Akane was always very, I don't know, confident and stuff, and very in your face and like, yeah, and then not, like, you know, I didn't feel like she showed an emotional side to her at all. And then later on, because of the despair disease, she did as well. So it was kind of like losing her courage in a sense, right? So I think the line is Akane, but Akane hasn't died. And the last one was the Tin Man, who lost something. I don't quite remember. Fuck my memory. Not literally, of course. Let's not do that. But I feel like that has to be Nagito if it really goes by... If it really strictly stays with those three characters that must have had the despair disease. But then how did Hiyoko end up dying? That must not have been according to plan then, I'm guessing. Because I don't think any of the other two characters, to me, speak like, oh yeah, that's Hiyoko out of the two. At least not directly. Yeah. Just like he said, the characters who were killed in the movie matched the victims in this case. This one I know for sure. Ibuki's death by hanging matched the Scarecrow's death in the movie. Hiyoko... Not just that, but Hiyoko's suspended body matches the lion's death too. The way that she died, sure, or like how she was hung, but I feel like the specific character doesn't match. But how the body matches, that seems to match what very well, yeah. But it would have been a complete imitation if the killer killed 3 people, but it seems that wasn't possible. Perhaps the killer's upset about that right now. Or if the killer's main goal was just an imitation murder, they should be upset about it. But I'm not sure if that's even true. Because what you're trying to say, the third person is maybe the killer? But you said that the really second murder matched with Hiyoko. I feel like the only thing that matched was how did she die exactly, right? It was the lion who was missing her courage. I wouldn't necessarily say that Hiyoko was missing her courage. For me personally, that actually matches Akane more. But I feel like Hiyoko got a little bit softer towards a couple of people at least, you know? Before I feel like she was really, I don't know, mean towards a lot of people, very like, you know, very outspoken in the sense that she always just cussed at people and shit like that, you know, pig bar, pig shit, that stuff. But I feel like after, especially after Mahiru's death, she actually became a little bit softer, her character, and actually started to, at least, like her a tiny little bit more than before, you know? But I wouldn't say that that's her missing her courage. And then the way that she died was also, he pumped her full of arrows. That doesn't seem to match considering her throat was slit. The only thing that matched was sort of the fact that they were both tied to something. The lion was tied to, I believe, a tree, and Hiyoko to like this pole, which kind of looks like a tree. At least, you know, it has that really big, the tree bark, the big part in the middle that seems to match. But none of the other that seems to match to me, at least. But yeah, it's close enough, I guess. But alright, the other thing we gotta check out is the motel. Gotta check out the motel. Gundam is here. I just remembered, I never went inside any of the rooms in the motel. Plus, I don't even know where Hiyoko's room is. It might be faster to just ask someone. Gundam will definitely know.
So you have appeared.
You're here, right? Come on out. Huh? Are you talking to me? I can see you. Did you really think you could hide your presence like that? I wasn't trying to hide in the first place. Hey, which room was Hiyoko staying in?
Listen well.
Open the door to the center room. However, are you prepared? Make sure you pray to whatever god you hold dear. You might want to bring an extra pair of underwear.
I wonder, how does this guy talk to his parents and teachers? The same way. I'm pretty sure it's the same way.
Damn right.
Hey, Hajime, can you explain it to me again? What happened when you first discovered Ibuki's body? It was the same as when I found it with you guys. Ibuki's body was hanging from the baton lighting. However, there was no body discovery announcement made. That's why I went to go get you guys. I met up with Chiaki at this motel, and when we were about to go back to the music venue,
I get it.
you met up with Mikan and me. And when we went back to the music venue, the entrance of the door wouldn't open for some reason.
I see.
So we had no choice but to break down the door, and discovered Hiyoko's body was suddenly there too. Yeah, that's what happened.
Hey,
This is the most important part. When you arrived at the motel, who else saw you besides Chiaki? As I recall, Gundam? I think? Gundam was there too, right? Didn't you hear me? A body was found. Body? That's Monomi, yeah.
Could it be? Do you intend to spread lies like Nagito in order to confuse us all?
Gundam was definitely there, yep. Besides Chiaki, I also saw Gundam and Monomi.
I see.
So Kazuichi and Sonia didn't appear, huh? Do you think those two are suspicious? Kind of, because something definitely happened within that small time or window of opportunity, right? That small time frame, that small window, that small time window, I don't fucking know what to call it, but you know, within that small moment where we ran to get other people, and then when we got back to the music venue and it turned out to be locked. A lot happened between that. So the people that we didn't see within that time are probably have an alibi, right? I'm pretty sure they have an alibi, because it's not that long. Once again, you run from the music venue to the motel, we got people there, and then we ran back. Like, yeah, I would say all in all, it's 5 minutes maybe. I don't know. The thing is, I don't know how long, as far as like time, you know, how long it takes to walk from the, or run from the music venue to the motel, but let's just say something 5 to 10 minutes, right? That seems like an okay time. So, you know, if we didn't see any of those people within that time, they are most likely the suspicious ones. Because we saw Chiaki here. If we see Chiaki here while we're running from the Titty Typhoon to the motel, then you know, it's really unlikely that Chiaki, in the time that we ran from there and then met her here, that she did all that stuff at the Titty Typhoon. That's just impossible. So Chiaki, I feel like she has an alibi. Gundam has an alibi. Like we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko a bit later, but I would still say they're less suspicious. They're a bit more suspicious than Chiaki and Gundam. I feel like Gundam and Chiaki, those two have a bulletproof alibi. At least as far as concerned, like who killed, I guess, Hiyoko, I don't know, because I feel like those murders actually happened way before, but still. They have an alibi as far as concerned, you know, as to what happened within the moments of when we ran from the Titty Typhoon to the motel and then back. Those two have a bulletproof alibi, I think. Fuyuhiko and Mikan a bit less so, but I still would say that they have definitely a plausible alibi. But the fact that we didn't see Kazuichi and Sonia at all is a bit suspicious, yeah.
Like,
Well, Hiyoko was killed between the time you saw Ibuki's body and when we broke down the door, right? Probably, that seems likely, but it could have just been that they only just propped her body up against the pole. It doesn't necessarily mean she has to be killed within that time because of the blood that's underneath Ibuki's underneath the soles, right, of her slippers. I think she was wearing slippers. because there's blood underneath there. She was already hanging. That means that the blood, if it is Hiyoko's, then that means that she had that blood underneath her soles, underneath her slippers, before she hung herself. That would then also mean that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki hung herself. So, obviously those two are the most suspicious ones, since they weren't with us. That might be it, but... While we're at it, let me tell you my alibi too. When the morning Monokuma announcement woke me up, I went straight to the hospital. I saw Mikan panicking in front of the hospital. I asked what was going on. She said Ibuki disappeared. So you guys split up and looked for Ibuki, huh?
Well, yeah.
We were circling the island. We came to the motel and saw you guys there. Did you see anyone else while you circled the island?
Well,
No. We went to the movie theater, and that street full of the machines to look for Ibuki, but we didn't see anyone. Are you implying I don't have an alibi because I didn't run into anyone? It's unreasonable for you to doubt me. The time that Mikan and I were on our own looking for Ibuki wasn't very long. In that short time, there's no way I could have killed Hiyoko and wrapped her around the pillar with duct tape. It's true. I feel like there wasn't enough time to do that after I left the music venue. But the fact is, Hiyoko was killed, and we did discover her body.
huh?
What? Do you still doubt me?
Jeez.
Well, I'm used to it. It's true I've done things that I deserve to be doubted for. So don't worry. Even if you doubt me, I don't plan on dismembering you and encasing you in concrete. I'd want to know in advance what I'd have to do to end up like that. I don't know, it's not that I don't believe Fuyuhiko, it's just that I feel like his alibi isn't bulletproof. But to be fair, nobody's alibi is bulletproof for the murders. If we think that the murders actually happened way before, because that's why the time of the murders were also not included in the Monokuma file. Because I definitely do think that the murders happened way before the bodies were actually propped up and found. So, to be fair, nobody has a bulletproof alibi for that. So then the only thing we have to, get people's alibi for is for that small window of time in which I ran from a music venue to the motel and back. After we found Ibuki's body and then afterwards Hiyoko's. And those were once again the only two people for a bulletproof alibi like that I think is only Chiaki and Gundam. But alright, this is Hiyoko's room apparently. So I guess let's go in there. He told us to prepare though. It's locked? Looks like it's locked. But I got the key. The key was inside her kimono. Maybe if I use this... Uh-oh. It opened. Just as I thought. This key was Hiyoko's room key. Alright, I should go inside. I was expecting to see something creepy or something, but... what? So... Hiyoko was staying here. She only stayed here for a few nights, so it doesn't really feel like her room. But... I... feel a little conflicted. Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh my!
What is Sonia doing here? What the fuck? What? Does that mean she got locked in here? Huh? Did you open the door? Yeah. Hiyoko put the key in her kimono, so I used that to open it. I see. What? Did something happen? No, it's just... I'm starting to believe it might be my fault. Her fault? What does she mean? No, she was at the music venue, right? She was at the music venue. Oh, fuck. I have to check that back. I want to. Yeah, okay. I just had to check back there, which I don't actually do that often because I like to do things on the fly, even with my horrible memory sometimes. But she was definitely there, and Kazuichi was there too. So how did she end up being here if we only took the key? So she found another way inside, apparently. Her fault? What does she mean? How? Like, I guess the window? Let's talk with Sonia first.
The moment Hiyoko came to this motel, she completely shut herself in her room.
She was afraid of the despair disease. So she was cautious of you guys too, right?
However,
Her fear of the disease was not the only reason she locked herself in her room. She had another reason.
Besides that disease, what other reason would make her lock herself in her room?
perhaps,
Her kimono.
Her kimono?
Yesterday, I went to go talk with her.
Oh, did you tell her that she smells again?
Since she had been in her room for some time, I told her it might be good for her to go outside for a bit. She kept the door to her room locked, but by coincidence, it was not locked at that time. And then, I saw it.
What did she see?
Hiyoko was crying and struggling with her kimono sash.
Oh, poor Hiyoko. She's crying tears of sadness, not only because she can't tie her kimono sash, but also because she misses Mahiru, I'm pretty sure. Because Mahiru used to do that for her, you know?
She did not want to smell bad, so she took a shower. But then she could not tie her sash anymore. Mahiru is no longer with us, so I believe she was having trouble with it.
She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie her kimono, huh?
you are right.
The others might have thought it was just a silly sash, but it must have been a serious issue for her. Hiyoko told me that she learned how to tie her sash from Mahiru. Then Mahiru kindly taught her the basics.
That's why she wanted to be able to tie her sash on her own.
Perhaps,
She probably could not forgive herself for not being able to do it, especially since Mahiru taught her. I could not really understand her feelings, which is why I said what I did.
Uh-oh, and what did you say? What did you say, Sonia?
Hyoko, by chance, are you having trouble wearing your kimono?
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it! Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
Poor Hiyoko. She's like, I don't want to disappoint dead Mahiru, so you know. I feel like she's a person that has a lot of pride. If people tell her she's incapable of doing something, even if she isn't able to do it, she'll just tell herself and other people,
No, I can do it. I can do it.
If that is the case, how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror? Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue?
Ah.
If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am confident you will be successful. Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
Bad for her health? How?
I
mean, I'm stuck in my room for 10 years now. I'm still healthy.
And that was when she kicked me out.
It cannot be!
Could it be? Hiyoko remember that?
Are you saying she went to the music venue to wear her kimono? I can see that happening. That could make sense. And then she just stumbled upon something she shouldn't see, and that's the reason for her being killed? Possibly. Because definitely the way that we saw, okay, the way that she was tied up against that pole, right? Against the pillar. Her kimono definitely wasn't tied the wrong way. So it's definitely right to assume that if she did go to the music venue to tie her kimono the right way, or to successfully tie it, she didn't manage to do that before she died. And the killer just tied it for her. And that's why you see like it's not properly tied at all. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Hiyoko locked her room and made sure she put the room key inside her kimono. I can't imagine that she was abducted by someone. So that's her, yeah, okay. She wasn't taken out of her room. She left out of her room on her own accord to go fix her, or to tie her kimono sash properly. Stumbled probably into something she wasn't supposed to, and then she got punished for it. Well, punished to death, yeah. If so, that's weird. Hey, did you tell anyone about that before the incident? Or was someone listening in on your conversation?
I never told this to anyone, and I do not believe anyone was listening in on our conversation.
Nobody knew? If that's the case, how did the killer know Hiyoko was going to the music venue? Something's wrong. I just feel like the killer definitely didn't plan to kill Hiyoko specifically, right? I feel like it was an imitation murder. He probably planned to kill a second person, which I think, if it goes according to the movie, it has to be Akane then. But Hiyoko stumbled accidentally into the music venue unplanned by the killer, and he or she had to kill her, basically. And because you can't kill more than 2 people, the killer couldn't kill Akane either. So that's where the imitation murder kind of fell apart after the first murder. That could make sense. But I just feel like definitely like killing Hiyoko is not according to plan. Alright, let's see what else is here. A bed. The bed isn't messed up. Ah, this is another sign that she got killed fairly early on in the night. That means she didn't even go inside her bed to sleep. It doesn't look like she was abducted in her sleep. Unless the abductee actually went through the effort of making her bed. Which they usually don't. Alright, there's a sink here. Ah, I see Monokuma there. There's a mirror. But it's so small and rusty. There's no way anyone can use this. I don't see anything else that looks suspicious. Really? Have you looked at the toilet? Well, not suspicious pertaining to the class trial or the case, but there's something suspicious there for sure. There's no sign that someone made a mess of her room, and I don't think she was forcefully abducted. I feel like I couldn't really find any important clue. Oh well. Come here, Monokuma. I see you. Chang.
No.
Yes. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's gotta be it for the motel, or at least for her room. Alright, then the last place is the hospital. Chiaki and Kazuichi are here.
Well?
I feel like I haven't been here in a while, even though it's only been a few days.
Hey, you prepared a camera surveillance unit, right? Or surveillance camera unit?
Hey!
Yeah, so? I didn't make any weird modifications or anything. It's not like I'm suspicious or anything.
To be honest, before you even said any of this, I actually thought Kazuichi is in my mind the #1 suspect at the moment. Just because I feel like he is the one, like if there's any trickery involved with the cameras and such, and recording of what I think is a videotape of someone pretending to Ibuki to make, to make us come to the music venue to try and stop someone or that person that they see on the camera from hanging themselves. The only person that would be capable of that, just, technically, skill-wise, it's Kazuichi. So that's the reason why he's my #1 suspect at the moment. Didn't you get this from that shady-looking alley where all those machines were lined up?
Right!
Yeah, I just tweaked it a little.
Then, if there are other surveillance camera units, would it be possible to transmit a signal to the hospital
from those cameras too.
Man.
Nah, that's impossible. Originally, surveillance cameras and surveillance monitors are only used as a part of the same unit. The video that was filmed with the hospital camera can only be viewed on the hospital monitor. The video that was filmed with the music venue camera can only be seen on the music venue monitor.
Hey,
But if I left it like that, we wouldn't have been able to communicate. So I decided to swap the cameras.
Exactly. So basically the thing that he's done, you know, is just to swap out the cameras. So we see the feed of the I guess the camera. Yeah, it is the camera of what's going on in the music venue. Because otherwise we would just be looking at ourselves, and that wouldn't be a good way to communicate at all. So he swapped it around. So that's how you guys were able to view the hospital footage from the music venue, and vice versa. However, each surveillance camera unit manages its broadcast based on a specific number. So even if you bring the same model camera or monitor, you won't be able to interfere with the signal. Meaning, even if another surveillance camera exists, it'd be impossible to broadcast with it. However, I didn't just swap the cameras. I modified them and increased the wireless range. If I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been able to use it. You're right. You did work on that. That's indeed what he did. Are we just gonna check this out again? Might as well. There's a surveillance camera on the tab. As long as the music venue surveillance camera unit is destroyed, it's impossible to broadcast with this.
Hajime,
There's something I want to ask you. You first discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue, right? But why did you go to the music venue? You must have had a reason for that, right?
Oh, did I not tell Chiaki?
Did you see something with this camera?
that's right.
Ah, I also wanted to ask you that. It'd be different if the surveillance camera unit could record, but it's only good for household functions.
So he is saying that the surveillance camera can't record.
hey,
Tell me, Hajime.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I saw a strange video in that surveillance camera unit.
Oh, don't make me see this again.
Goosebumps. It showed the music venue stage. There was a black curtain hanging like there is now.
Is it really black though? Like, it looks really green to me, but I guess just with the light of the candle on it, it can appear green even though it is black. Unless this is the whole, you know, that fucking dress again, whether it's white and gold or blue and black. I think that's what it is. It's definitely not this though, right? By the way, I'm on the white and gold team, or was at least.
But the whole display was pretty dark because they were just using candlelight. There was rope hanging from the ceiling, and beneath that, there was a stepladder on the floor. And right away...
See, look, you don't see the hair dangling down.
a person wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head appeared. I didn't know who it was because their face was covered, but now I know that it must have been Ibuki.
I don't think so.
She walked straight to the stepladder, and without any hesitation, she climbed that stepladder of her own free will, and then she grabbed that rope, and that's all I saw. The candlelight being used must have been snuffled out or something, because the screen went dark all of a sudden, and it wasn't displaying anything anymore. This was definitely done on purpose.
Man.
Well, if the candlelight goes out, obviously nothing will show up. Like, I don't look. Did we actually see the candle? A candle only stops to. It only goes out if there's no more candle to be lit, right? Like the entire wax is gone. It's melted. But I'm pretty sure that wasn't the case with the candle. So that's another reason for me to think that it's actually just a fake recording or whatever. A fake. No, it has to be a recording, because otherwise it's impossible to do that in that short amount of time. I don't know how they recorded it, but I'm definitely certain that it must be recorded or something else. There is trickery involved for sure. I may not be a magician, but there has to be. Modern surveillance cameras have infrared functions, so things can still show up even in the dark. But the one that I got from the machine alley was a really old model. Hold on.
Well?
At the time, you said you didn't know the person wearing the handbag was Ibuki, right? Yeah? You didn't know it was her, but you saw she was trying to hang herself. So you rushed over to the music venue to try to stop her. But I didn't make it in time.
Hey,
Still, if she climbed a stepladder on her own, does that mean she committed suicide? Wouldn't that mean she's her own killer? Ibuki committed suicide? What do you think, Chiaki? It looks that way, but the like I mentioned it before, but it's just this valuable piece of the puzzle is missing where you actually see herself hanging. Like you see the events of her, you see her climb up to the stairs until the point where I think actually before she puts the noose around her head. Then it goes black, and then we see her dead, you know? So there's this gap missing in which a lot of things can happen. It's made to look like it's suicide, for sure. But if that is actually the case, we don't know until we figure out what happened within that period of time of basically the blackout period. When the candle went out and the moment she died, or, you know, when we found her body. A lot of time, you know, a lot of things could happen within that time. There's no doubt Ibuki climbed the stepladder on her own, right? Yeah, there's no doubt. If so... she is thinking.
you...
Hey, don't think for so long. If you don't know, just be honest about it. Well, of course she doesn't. There's no way we'd be able to figure that out so easily. She is so cute when she puffs up her cheek. She's like, no, I gotta figure this out. I will figure this out. Oh yeah, I need to investigate the conference room on the second floor. I'm heading over there. What the heck? She ran away all of a sudden. Why are you nervous, Kazuichi? She said the conference room. But why did she mention the conference room all of a sudden? Also, I might just be overthinking, but did she seem a little upset? She did indeed. I feel like, is this just gonna remain a mystery? Like the handprints on the window? We're just gonna leave that there? We're not gonna address it? Nobody sees it? Or is gonna say anything about... Look, there's even a bloody handprint on the wall here. What the fuck? Look at this thing. Okay, if that is not addressed in this chapter, I hope it's gonna get addressed in another chapter or something. Because this is not normal, okay? This is not normal. I've seen enough horror or mystery or thriller movies, TV series, whatever, to know that that is not normal. So Kane is here.
Now then.
Phew! I'm finally getting back to my normal self.
All right!
Hajime, help me out with my recovery. You can touch my boobs if you win. Oh, I'm gonna win. No, thanks. She was bearable when she was quiet. It'd be so much better if she was still feeling the after effects. Wow, that's a little bit mean, Hajime. You can touch boobs as a prize. She'd beat me up if I said that out loud. Anyway, why are you here?
Hey!
Well, I've never been sick or hurt before, so I had no idea, but hospital gowns are pretty comfy. I was thinking I might as well keep wearing one. Don't tell me you plan to wear hospital gowns from now on. That's the idea, but it looks like they're out of stock. It looked like there was one gown for each patient's room, so I thought there'd be more in the empty rooms. There weren't any gowns? Nope. Okay, this is more proof for the theory that someone just grabbed a hospital gown to make themselves look like Ibuki, and then you made the recording of themselves making us think that it was someone hanging themselves. Yeah, definitely.
Yo!
That's right. Ibuki died wearing one, so the only one left in is the one Nagito was wearing. If I have no choice, then I should just use Nagito's. It's a unisex size, so I'll probably be able to fit in it. Hold on, what happened to the gown you were wearing?
Huh?
Are you saying I should wear the one I already wore? That's gross! Wearing clothes someone else was wearing is even grosser.
Like,
No time to dilly-dally. I totally left Mikan back at the music venue. Crap, I gotta go back soon. Well, it's okay since I already investigated the music venue, but leaving her on guard duty was a bad idea. Okay, none of those rooms are Ibuki's room, or at least not anymore, and it doesn't even matter anymore. Okay, so the only thing we can do is just check the conference room up here. What is this? That's like a... Isn't this a radiation sign? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, MRI! I almost thought it was a Large Hadron Collider, but no. Why does it move up and down like that? That is an unsafe MRI scanner. I've been in one of those machines, actually, several times. It's really weird. It's really noisy, and you feel like if you're claustrophobic, that shit is terrifying. I'm luckily not claustrophobic. And actually, it's a really loud machine, right, when you're inside of that thing. But I got to play music. Like, they actually told me, like, yeah, you can bring your own CD and we'll just play that music for you when you're inside there, so you at least have something to do. Because I was stuck in it for about an hour or something, because I got I think it was a sports injury or something, and I think it was my knee or something like that. So yeah, I just had to be in there for quite a while. Yeah, but mine definitely didn't bounce up like that. That is the staff room, and this is the conference room. Let's first go to the conference room where Chiaki is. What's this? It's pitch black. I can't see anything. Where's the switch?
Hey.
Don't turn it on. Huh? Chiaki, are you there?
Yes.
If you turn on the light, it's gonna be fully exposed. It'd be embarrassing. Are you naked, Chiaki? What's fully exposed? I'm frantically looking, searching for the light switch now.
Hey.
Hajime, if you poke out your eyes, you can turn on the lights. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna poke them out? I'm not gonna poke out my eyes. Hell no, then I'd never be able to see you again.
Aww.
Bummer. Troll fail. What? Troll fail? If Chiaki's gonna make a YouTube channel, it's not gonna be a prank channel, that's for sure. No sooner did she finish saying that, I heard the dry sound of curtains being drawn. There was a flash of intense light that stung my eyes a little. I squinted my eyes until they started adjusting to the light. And I saw Chiaki had finished opening the curtain that was covering the window.
Hey.
Were you surprised? Surprised? I don't get it.
Well?
I got it. This looks like the perfect location to record that. Right? Let me check. This looks like the perfect matching location to make it seem like it is the music venue, but it's not. Got what?
See?
The curtains in this conference room are designed to completely block out light. There's a projector in here, so they were probably careful about light shining through.
See?
A black curtain that blocks light, and it's also long enough to reach the floor. It's perfect. A black, light-blocking curtain. That's why it was so dark. So, is something wrong with it? I'm still in the middle of investigating, so it's a secret. Yep, she's upset. It's so cute though when she can't figure it out. She's like, I'll figure it out at some point. Just wait, Hajime. But still, what was all that about? That bit about it being embarrassing if I look. And Trollfail, she probably wanted us to make us think that she was naked or something, or in an embarrassing situation, or in a compromising position, and making us want to look for the light switch. She actually caught me. She trolled me. She got me. I just wanted to mess with you. Yep,
She is definitely upset. Why is she acting so childish? I guess I'm done investigating the hospital. I should move on to a different place. Is it really done? Okay, before we continue this, I really want to just say that, okay, if you just look, there are also railings above, right? Railings above the curtain, so you could definitely hang the noose there. I think this is definitely the case. It was actually recorded in the hospital. Someone else, I'm not entirely sure who, but that person took the other gown, the extra gown, put it on, recorded that recording to make it look like they were hanging themselves. And there's a projector there. I'm not sure if that projector can actually record or something like that, but it could be possible. And that's how they just recorded that particular scene to make us think that, oh, someone is hanging themselves, when it's obviously recorded hours ahead of time. And this is perfect to make it look like the music venue as well, with the place to hang the noose. So it was definitely, it has to be recorded here. And then the murders and everything happened way earlier as well. That makes a lot of sense, I think. I don't know, but ding dong bing bong went off.
Hello! How's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma! Yay! Awesome! The class trial's gonna start, you know?
That's why he's so excited. I was like, why is he so excited? He sounds really like, yeah, come on guys! I got something awesome!
So, make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP! I'll see you soon!
It's already time. Damn. So, this again. I need to go to that place. Again. But now's not the time to be a coward. The reason Ibuki and Hiyoko became victims. In order to find the truth. The only thing I can do is go! Alright, well, same procedure as usual with the class trials. At least with the class trials in Danganronpa 2, there's always like this intermission period. So, as usual, I'll just probably cut the entire class trial in 3 videos again. Like the first part before the first intermission, then the second part after the second intermission, or at least the continuation after the first intermission. And then the third video is usually like you know, the aftermath of the class trial, when the murder has already been exposed, and then we get to pick their mind a little bit, like why did they do that, and they usually have this whole conversation and stuff. So that's usually how it, at least how it happened in the previous 2 class trials. So I think it's gonna happen in this one the same as well. But I do have to say that from the investigation part, I feel more confident about the theory and like kind of exactly, not exactly, but how most of it probably happened. We don't know exactly who did it yet, although I still think Kazuichi is the first suspect. Or either the other one is actually Nekomaru, perhaps, but I don't know how the fuck he would do that, considering we haven't seen him at all. That's why most people would not suspect him at all. But we don't even know if we're gonna see him at if he's gonna be present at the class trial. But that's something we'll find out in the next video. But yeah, I feel at least more confident about the theory behind what has happened. How the murder kind of happened, what the killer did. He did this to try and trick us, he did this to try and trick us, you know? I feel a little bit more confident about that than I usually do in other class trials. And that's a good feeling to have going into a class trial, but yeah, I'm gonna end this particular video here, and in the next video we'll just start the class trial for both Ibuki and Hiyoko. Now, even if Ibuki did kill herself, we don't know exactly how that's gonna work out. I mean, with Sakura's whole suicide case in Danganronpa 1, we actually did have an entire class trial for that, and we just had to prove like, yeah, okay, she didn't kill herself. So, I'm assuming we're gonna have to have a similar one here as well, but that would mean 2 separate class trials then, right? I don't know. No use really thinking about it when it's like immediately going to be revealed in the next video anyway. So yeah, I just want to thank you guys so very much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more, and I'm excited for the next class trial, just to see if I'm right about certain theories and to see, you know, who the killer is. And I'm obviously not excited about the fact that Ibuki and Hiyoko died, but yeah. we'll see what happens in the next video. Thank you guys again for watching. Please like and subscribe for more, and I hope to see y'all in the next video. Peace.